Hey guys, Sonyx here. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your banners look sweaty in Apex Legends. Now, I'm not even an Octane main, but this is currently my banner. It looks pretty cool, but there's certain things I added so it kind of visually and psychologically enhances the way that my banner looks, and it looks like I main him, but I really don't. So, you know, if it's whether it's to show off a little bit of your skills, it's nice to feel proud of yourself. So I'm going to be breaking it down in a step-by-step formula for you guys, and you could just follow along. So I'm gonna actually switch over to my actual main, which is gonna be Valkyrie, which I recommend you guys start off with your main. This is very, very important. And then you're gonna go to your skins. So we're gonna go in a very, very step-by-step formula. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be really easy. We're gonna start off with your skins. Find the skin that kind of resonates with you, right? So you're gonna be playing this in game. This is the only thing you're gonna see in game. You're not gonna see your banner in game. So unless you're kill leader, obviously you can see those throughout the map, but your skin sets the tone for everything else. So what I like to do is I just like to find a skin that kind of has some kind of visual component that just captures the eye. So obviously a lot of skins that are bright really work. So like something like this is bright red, so this is great. But here's a cool little trick. If you have a skin that has some kind of visual, movement, that also helps with the kind of sweaty aspect. So I want to show you, this is a skin that I got from last season, which was the Oni Aura skin. This is the only time that they released it, so unfortunately not able. But do you guys see the way that the skin has these little waves? It's super sick, and then the hands are actually glowing. So that's the very first thing, to be able to see some kind of visual component that matches some kind of movement. So another thing that she has is this skin. You see the mask? Same thing. The mask kind of moves. So it adds a little bit of that flair, because in certain banners you can actually see this. It's really cool. In some of the banners you can see the movement. But for me personally, I'm going to go ahead and choose this. So find something that's glowing with a little bit of movement. If you don't have any movement, that's fine. Just find something that just glows. That's the very first thing. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to your banner, right? So now we have the foundation. We know what the skin looks like. We now have to try and match this with the actual frame. So we'll start off here in the very left-hand side. Very, very easy. So you're just going to find a frame that kind of matches the color scheme of what we already have. So none of these legendaries actually match, like, weirdly enough. To think a legendary, that's not a bad one. Our main color scheme looks like kind of a purple magenta with a little bit of a neon blue, but none of these really match. So not a fan. But then if we go to the purple section, these don't move. So the legendaries do move. So if you get lucky and you actually find one that moves, choose that, because it has a 3D embodiment here. But if not, that's all right too. The purple ones are great. They don't move, but they kind of have a little bit of the 3D texture as well. So just scroll through which one you'd like. Oh, that one's beautiful. Yeah, that one's really cool, because this one literally matches the horns here for Valkyrie's skin, and it even matches the arms. And this is literally like, I think this is made for this skin. So find something that fits together like a puzzle piece. This is already setting the tone. This is setting the mood for the whole banner. So this is a really, really beautiful combination. Take the time, pause the video, take the time to figure yours out. We're only in step 2 right now, so you have a little bit of time still. But I really like this combo. Next, we're going to go ahead and go to the pose. So the pose is very, very important, right? If you have an heirloom or any type of mythic for a specific legend, you can actually have, like, this is the heirloom that I have for Valkyrie, the spear. You see how cool that is? So like, she has a little smug look and she's showing the heirloom, kind of showing off. That is one way to kind of get you to be very, very sweaty in a kind of showing off kind of way. Obviously, out of respect for everyone, we're not trying to brag or anything, but if you're proud of an heirloom that you have, you want to show it off. So that's a really cool one to have. If you don't have an heirloom, unfortunately, then you can go ahead and find a different one, which is going to be like a purple one. There's no legendary for this, so it either goes purple and then straight to the heirloom one. But yeah, some of these other ones are still great. the movement ones are probably going to be really important here. Having something that's not moving or standing still just doesn't hit the same way. Some of them look pretty good, you know, don't get me wrong. But having some type of movement just, you know, kind of accelerates just how cool the banner actually looks. So, you know, find the one that you like. For me, the heirloom one, I feel like that, I mean, nothing can beat that one for me, because it's very, very, I mean, it's very, very cool. I don't really like the heirloom personally though, the actual when I'm physically holding it. So sometimes I might subconsciously not like this as much. But so the main thing that the other one I will choose is probably going to be the Feather Found or the barrel roll. Like this one's cool because it's very, very, you know, and then you can see the dragon a little bit in the background. So yeah, just choose the one that you like, and you know, you can always craft these with crafting materials as well. This one's cool. I like this one actually, because you could see the dragon more and you could see the horns matching. This is beautiful. I like it. And then the next one we're going to go is after that is we're going to go to the pose. Now the pose is a very, very important thing because, no, not the pose, sorry, the badge. Oh my gosh, my bad guys. The badge, we've done the pose, the badge is next, okay? The badge sets the tone for the left-hand side because now you can tell we're done with the right hand. All right, so now we're going to move on to the left-hand side. Now there's two schools of thought here. You can match the color scheme completely perfectly to the right-hand side, to kind of make that, to kind of accelerate that a little bit more, or you can make your own color scheme that you kind of want to, like a separate, like an anti-color scheme almost, like to contrast. For me, I like to do both. So the very first thing is I'll find like a base color that matches this right hand side. So which is I'm gonna take the, you know, the 4K. This is 4,000 damage on any character. Always a great badge to have. You could get this one now in wildcard. So you know, if that's something that you guys want, it's 4,000 damage. I got this one not in a wildcard game. It was previously when wildcard was not released. But if that's something you guys want, I think you can get this in wildcard now. So after you've chosen your kind of central badge here, the next thing I do is the kind of contrasty thing I talked about earlier. So for me, the opposite that I don't really want is blue here. I go for like a red color. Now the 20 bomb badge, that's kind of one of the sweatiest badges you'll get in the game. Like I said, this one is also accessible through wildcard. I got this before wildcard existed. It was actually when the Spitfire was still a heavy weapon. And yeah, this is probably one of the best badges you'll kind of have, just to kind of make your banner kind of pop out, you know, the most. This is like the one that's doing all the heavy lifting. So I like to keep the 20 bomb badge at the very, very top, and then kind of keep the, you know, Valkyrie's Wraith 4K in the center. And then I like to do something kind of different in the bottom, which is to have a little bit more of a neutral color. So one of the sweatiest badges that you can also use as well is going to be the teamwork badge. This is basically means like all 3 players in your squad has 10 kills each. So like in a battle royale lobby, you'll end up getting 30 kills, which is going to be half of the entire lobby. So this is kind of renowned to be one of the coolest looking badges that exists. So honestly, a great combination could be to keep this as a central piece now, because this is the neutral kind of color, and then you have blue at the bottom, and then you have red at the very top. So this combination here, it really works. Now, Sonic, what if I don't have these badges, right? Because it's very difficult to be able to kind of get these badges in general. Well, it's fine. Then you can find badges that require more grinding than more kind of feats. So you could get something like this, which is play 100 games with 5 kills or more, which isn't too crazy because you'll just get this over time. So I got this when I first started off Valkyrie. So this is not a bad badge. You know, if you don't have the 20, this still has that kind of red theme. So, you know, find this one is kill all 3 members of squads in the same, kill all 3 members of 3 squads in the same match. So this is not bad. This one is a little bit more difficult to get, but it's not as difficult as getting the 20 bomb. But this has 3 skulls in it. It still has that feel. So if you grind weapons out, weapons are a great kind of addition here. Like my R9's level 89. I think just choose your highest, like strongest weapon that you have. Like my R3 is 102. That's perfect. I'm gonna put that there. See, that kind of, it has the little 3D depth there. So that kind of is a great replacement. Another red one that you could do is like a previous season, like this one. This one actually has a lot of move. It has a little missile shooting out. Not bad. It has like that depth in there, if you completed the battle pass. This one too, little skull. So you can mix and match, right? And if you really wanted to do like the same color scheme, like if I really wanted to retain the blue theme, I could as well. So I could choose, like a completely kind of monochrome look, and just be really unified. I could throw a rank badge in there if I wanted to, and just find something that kind of blends all together. And that in its own way, even like you don't have to do all blues. Like look how nice that looks now, So for me, personally, like that looks a little bit like all the same color. So it depends on what what you like, but I like to have a little bit of contrast in there, so I could kind of just elevate it. I like to put the 20 bomb at the very top though, just because it is like, this is one of the coolest badges that exists in this game for sure. So that's the main thing. Once you're done with the badges, right? That's like the main piece. You wanna accentuate those badges through the actual trackers themselves. So now we're gonna go to the page 4. This is the big part, okay? Because before, you used to be able to just choose there was no art selection. And I'll show you exactly how to use that. You just were able to choose your stats and the specific legend. Like Valkyrie would only have specific stats, like with art. Like this one would be like, let me just use something random. It would have a Valkyrie thing here, but sometimes I wouldn't like it. So they changed it recently. So this is really cool because now you could throw in like trackers and change the art in the background. So it's more flexibility and more creativity in your hands. So what I like to do is, Valkyrie is my main legend in this game, so I don't mind showing off my actual kills and wins on Valkyrie specifically. So I like to start off kind of in an not alphabetical, but like in a more numerical order. I like to start off with the kills, and then I like to go off with the wins, and then the damage in the bottom. So if you really wanted to do it, you could do wins up top. So it start off with a lower number, and then kills, and then damage is your highest. But for me, I like to have my kills a little just up top. I know it kind of looks like a hamburger because it's not, specifically lowest to highest, but I like it this way. Now, if you don't have a lot of kills on a specific legend, like I said with Octane, I didn't have many kills on him. You could just use your career kills. You can also unlock these. If you guys don't have these yet, you can unlock these with crafting materials as well. So that's something that you guys can do. And then you could choose your career kills. Now, I have 24,000 kills on Valkyrie, almost 24,500. But for overall career kills, for all my legends combined, I have 33,000. So do you see the difference here? I can even replace the wins, my Valkyrie wins, and I could just put it here to kind of compare. That's how many kills I have Valkyrie versus career. So it shows you just how much I play Valkyrie, because she kind of is the majority of the kills I have in this account. So yeah, that's like a really, I'll just keep that for now. Why not? And then after that, I've chosen that. I'm going to go ahead and choose the actual art behind that now. So right now, like I said, we have the theme of neon blue with a little bit of the magenta, the purple, the violets popping out, and we have a little bit of the red. So we have to take that into account. Like, how can we build this piece to completion? Like, how do we make it stand out? So the biggest thing I would say is finding something that, like, this is a neon blue. This is not bad. Like that right there, I could call that complete, right? Because I have this literally matches the neon blue. If I want to go with red, little hints of red for the 20 bomb badge, this is perfect too, because it's dark blue, right? What's really cool is you can actually mix. So I could choose something like this. So I could have the, and you don't have to choose, like, this is Valkyrie here, but you could choose someone like, this is Seer. See, this is Seer here. So like I said, with the flexibility, you have more choices this way. So, you know, I could just find something that matches more of this scheme. Like the lifeline here is a little bit stronger. So, you know, that looks really, really clean. I think this one's even neon. This one for fuse. Yeah, this is really clean. So find something that exists that matches everything else. This is just the finishing touches now, right? Because we already set up the foundation earlier. What you're just trying to do is just to accentuate what already exists on the canvas. So the other thing that I also want to show you guys is you can even do something like, if you want to mix up the badge and have it like centrally, like the 20 centrally, that's not the 20, the 4K badge, and then you could throw in like since it's red up top, what you can do is, if you want to kind of mix and match, you could go with like a red color up top, and then you could change up a badge. Let's say we don't want this, we want to keep a red down here, or let's say we want to do like the R3 like we said earlier, then you could also do like a red down here. You see how that kind of you see how it's like red, blue, red, and then now it's just like red, blue, red. So there's a lot of different ways, like I said, with contrasting colors, you can mix and match. But for me personally, I just like to keep it very simple, because sometimes simplicity is the answer for most situations, and just go with one kind of color in this scenario here. So I like going with OG Val, because Valkyrie still is in this picture. So even though you could choose any legend, and that right there, I mean, that kind of encapsulates the banner that I like to go with. There's a lot of freedom in this, you know. You do, and then also the last thing, it's a very tiny thing. You can throw an intro clip in here, whatever's your favorite one, because whenever, you know, your champion squad, it'll play your little intro clip there when people watch. So this is not bad. Like when you eliminate an opponent, you can also put a kill clip, and they'll see this plus like the voice line. So yeah, just kind of mix and match here, and which one you guys kind of prefer. And you know, you'll be able to. Do you see how Valkyrie's skin is still glowing and moving here? This is why I love this skin, because with a certain pose, I think it's, yeah, like what you guys see with the blue one, it doesn't move. See that? It doesn't move. But with like a purple one, it still moves, even once the animation ends. So that's why I really like this skin. So messing around, play around with it. I would definitely love to see, you know, what you guys make. You know, like, let me know if this kind of video kind of helped you out. Now, once your banner, your skin's all intact, then you want to kind of do the finishing touches, which is going to be your heirloom, which, you know, this is going to be kind of in game, so you're not going to see this in the banner itself, but you could still match it really well. So like, for example, I don't have too many heirlooms, I just have a few, but the Death Duet has been my favorite recently. Since if I want to accentuate that 20 bomb badge, I choose this one, because if I'm blue everywhere else and I have like red like in a red heirloom, it's gonna look, this thing is gonna glow, and it's literally glowing, like it's like scorching fire heat. So that's not a bad one. If I want to go more of the color scheme, I could stick with these two here. But yeah, like having something like this is a beautiful piece to kind of contrast that final piece of the whole art of what makes this kind of work. You know, heirlooms are really, really difficult to get. So if that's something that you guys are, you know, kind of looking for, I did make a video recently, and I'm doing a little bit of a giveaway for some packs. So it'll get you a little bit closer to the heirloom. If that's something you guys are interested in, click on this video here, and I'll be closing the giveaway soon. So make sure you join that, and just learning also different ways of how to get your heirloom pretty fast. So I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, and please never forget to take care.